Welcome back to Coins Heritage, where we uncover the stories hidden in old coins. Today, we're taking a fascinating look at two vintage pennies from 1958, one from Canada and one from the United States. Though they share the same year and denomination, these coins tell very different stories of history, design, and heritage. The 1958 Canadian 1 cent proudly features Queen Elizabeth II in her youthful portrait and the iconic maple leaves that symbolize Canada's natural beauty. Meanwhile, the 1958 U.S. 1 cent carries Abraham Lincoln's image and the classic wheat ears on the reverse, a design that marked the end of an era before the memorial cent appeared in 1959. So, which one do you think holds more value or charm today? Stay tuned as we explore their history, design, and collector worth, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our coin-loving community. We're traveling back to the year 1958 to explore one of Canada's beloved vintage pieces, the 1958 Canadian 1 cent coin. This small copper beauty holds more than just face value. It represents a time of national pride, craftsmanship, and transition in Canada's history. The 1958 Canadian 1 cent features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This was the first effigy of the Queen to appear on Canadian coins after her coronation in 1953. The portrait shows her wearing a laurel wreath, symbolizing peace and victory. Around her image are the words, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina, meaning Elizabeth Sue, by the grace of God, Queen. It's a timeless design that captures the grace and optimism of the early years of her reign. On the reverse side, you'll find Canada's most recognized coin design, the two maple leaves on a single twig. Created by George Kruger Gray, this design has been a Canadian symbol since 1937. The maple leaf stands for strength, unity, and the beauty of the nation's natural landscape. Below the leaves is the year 1958, with Canada above and the denomination 1 cent proudly inscribed. The 1958 penny was struck in bronze, composed of 98% copper, 0.5% tin, and 1.5% zinc, weighing 3.24 grams and measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter. More than 59 million of these coins were minted at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa, meaning they were quite common in circulation at the time. Today, however, finding one in uncirculated or proof-like condition can make it worth more than just a cent. Most circulated examples are worth around 5 to 20 cents, but a mint-state coin graded MS-65 or higher can sell for $10 to $25 USD, and even more if it has strong luster or red finish. The 1958 penny reminds collectors of a simpler era, when a single cent could still buy something, and craftsmanship mattered even in the smallest details. So, if you have one tucked away in your collection or change jar, hold on to it. It's a beautiful piece of Canadian history. Next, we're turning our attention to a true American classic, the 1958 1 cent USA coin, also known as the Lincoln Wheat Penny. This small copper coin carries over a century of tradition and marks the final year of one of America's most iconic coin designs, the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Cent features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, can be found just below Lincoln's shoulder on some earlier versions, but by 1958 they were on the reverse bottom rim. This portrait has remained on U.S. pennies since 1909, celebrating Lincoln's 100th birthday and symbolizing honesty, freedom, and resilience, qualities that define the American spirit. Turning to the reverse side, we see two elegant wheat stalks arching along the sides, the reason it's called the wheat penny. Between them are the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, while a pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one sits proudly at the top. Designed to honor American agriculture and hard work, this reverse became one of the most beloved designs in U.S. coinage history. The 1958 penny was struck from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams with a diameter of 19 millimeters. More than 252 million coins were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and over 800 million at the Denver Mint, marked with a small D below the date. This makes the 1958 D variety far more common, though both remain significant to collectors because 1958 was the last year of the wheat design before the Lincoln Memorial Cent debuted in 1959. When it comes to value, most circulated 1958 pennies are worth around 2 to 10 cents, depending on condition. However, uncirculated examples in MS-65 or higher can fetch $5 to $25 USD, while rare proof coins and error varieties can be worth much more. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat Cent stands as the end of an era, the final chapter in a design that served the nation for half a century. It's a nostalgic reminder of America's history, craftsmanship, and change. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to keep discovering the hidden stories behind the world's most fascinating coins.